As I had mentioned previously, children who have an implant and children who have hearing aids may be able to physically access sound, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have enough access to hear spoken language. So we have to be looking at the individual needs of the student and planning for language based on what that student needs. And we do that in small groups, and we do that, as I mentioned, through careful language planning. So teachers are working carefully with their professional learning communities as well as individual teachers, looking at their students, looking at where the student is, and planning for language and instruction. Sometimes it happens through reading and writing of printed English, other times it happens through ASL. If a student is truly immersed in both languages equally, then we wouldn't necessarily need to attend to how we allocate language, and research shows that that balance does need to shift based on the individual needs of the student. There's one researcher, Pinto, who does a lot of work on cognition, and the input of two languages being bimodal is important, but there still needs to be structured approach in order to have those cognitive thinking skills really take off. So immersion does have its place. Absolutely, all of our children here are in a language-rich environment. For people who assume that a child with a cochlear implant should only have access to spoken English, that is not necessarily true for all children. It may be true for some, but as I said, we do what's appropriate for each child. We use small group instruction, we use individualized instruction, and we plan based on what a student needs, whether it's spoken English, whether it's printed English, or whether it's ASL in the classroom.